Hey Happy Crew, HappiDaze here, and we are doing day 2 of Grand Party of this condensed season. Only need 10 wins to get the max rewards for the season, which is awesome. We got 3 yesterday. It was a little tough. We were facing captains that kind of weren't the easy random rare recruit captains. So we're going to probably continue a little bit today, see how we can do. See if we can get those 6 wins and hopefully get a little bit closer to 10 total wins. So let's go ahead and take a look at the teams. I could fight that Yamato team at the bottom there. Obviously, it looks like an auto-generated team. Would probably be a pretty easy win. But I just want to try out the strength team this season. I haven't had a chance to really try them out. The Dex team that's here isn't really like a scary Dex team. So I'm not really too worried about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get right into it, and we'll see what happens. We should have the type advantage to at least be able to beat that first match without them charging their burst. They charge their burst with damage they deal, so because they have all Dex units, we have all strength units, should be pretty easy to go ahead and get around that and not have to worry too much about having a burst on that first round. Hopefully the game plan is that if we can get our burst charge, we can use it, then they'll use their burst on the second round, and we can use our burst again almost directly right after. And that works like perfectly to basically guarantee the win. It looks like the second team was a free spirit team too, so we'll have the force out and things like that to help us out as well. So yeah, overall it should be a pretty easy win. Just a matter of waiting for all our specials to go off. So Luffy's going to hit there. Didn't really do too much, which is good. We're going to have, hopefully, it looks like the Kaido might just miss out on going, unfortunately. Jackson do a huge HP cut, 50%, which you like to see. And then we'll see if we can hopefully get the haste with the Kobe unit to just basically help us let Luffy go. And then once Luffy goes, it's off to the races. He's just going to absolutely destroy everyone else that's there. And I never have great luck with getting that haste on the Luffy. For whatever reason, it just seems like it never quite works out how you'd expect it to work out. But it doesn't matter. He's coming in right here. You can see he just literally wipes out everyone, especially Dex characters. He just absolutely decimates them. Their charge burst is only at about 25%, so we definitely have the advantage in terms of having our burst ready to go. So like I said, that'll just make that second match just a lot less scary. And ideally, we should take some more damage here, get our gauge a little bit closer to getting filled. That'll just make things a little bit simpler. Kobe's going to go, again, do some haste, do some special boost for our team. And hopefully once Law goes, it should hopefully wrap it up. Or come pretty close. So yeah, they have 1 unit left. It'll be really easy to just get rid of him, and then we can kind of go into match 2. So for the first day, I kind of went with the theory of just sticking with the usual teams I use no matter what, which is my Slasher team, my Free Spirit team, and my INT team. But you know, when you're facing burst captains, I should say, you have to use that type of advantage to make sure you get 2 bursts. And as long as you do that, it's pretty easy to secure the victory there. So going into match number 2. So it's kind of like a weird hybrid, some slashers in there. You have Otama on the back to heal, so just a bunch of really kind of, I don't want to say random units. Looks like there's some synergy there, and it's obviously not an auto-generated team because they have the G5 Luffy as their captain. But yeah, just kind of a weird mismatch of characters there. So like I said, we're just going to wait till we get our burst charge. Our guys might actually kill everyone before that happens, but we'll have to see. The good news is that Jack, when he goes, should charge our gauge pretty much the rest of the way, which will just help everyone out. We're going to have S-Hawk go here, just do a bunch of damage. And get the shield from Shanks here. Take a little bit of HP cut with that 25%, but you can see like it really wasn't much at all. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to happen. We'll use our special first, and then hopefully they'll use their special right after. If all goes according to plan. Perfect. Happened exactly that way. And now we'll just wait for their backbench to come on, use our second special, and pretty much guarantee the victory from there. Now, typically, if I didn't have the Slasher team, I could throw, the Free Spirit team in there instead if I wanted to, or I could have used the INT team. Either way, but because the Slasher team is just so crazy with what they can do on the bench, it just kind of made sense to go ahead and throw them in as the team for match number 2, just to get the easy victory there. So that's good. We are up to 4 wins. Yeah, so let's take a gander at what opponents we have for battle number 2 of the day. So interesting. So we have 2 rare recruit teams at the top and the middle, and then we have the new Luffy at the bottom, which is really interesting. I really actually do want to try this out and see what he can actually do. So yeah, I think what we'll probably do is have our slashers go against their slasher team, have our strength team go first to take out their top team there, and see if we can kind of avoid having to use any team for the third team there. So let's just see what happens. Like I said, I could fully expect to lose. I know he does like a nasty hit through defense. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we win, maybe we lose, but you don't know until you try. So let's go ahead and take on this for battle number 2. And for those who are watching, so I am going to do some polls probably tomorrow, just because it's pretty late at this time, to see if we can go ahead and hopefully get a chance to pull the Luffy unit there. He's really awesome. Any versus unit just has so much value in the game that he's 110% worth pulling. So yeah, that'll be the game plan. That's what we'll do. One thing I did notice that was interesting on this team is that there was the INT Luffy, it looks like, on the back bench, which is kind of an interesting place to put him. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. There's not a lot of units on this team that can really do like a ton of crazy damage to us. Obviously, you have the Danchin Zhao. He does the confusion of the special line there. But other than that, like a lot of units aren't doing too much crazy stuff. Special bind is always super annoying, especially when it happens to, you know, the units that you're expecting to the big damage deal. Kaido just missed out. It looks like Luffy should hopefully be able to go as soon as he kind of gets up here. So you can see that team just has just a monster amount of defense. Like, they were able to actually tank like a G5 Luffy hit, which in itself is like crazy to be able to do something like that. So yeah, we'll wait till, like I said, we'll have to let Kaido go. He'll probably take out a bunch of these units here. The good news is that our burst is just about ready to go. So hopefully if we can get through this match without too many problems, then we can go ahead and just use, you know, 2 bursts for the second match and then not even have to worry about facing the Luffy. That's kind of the game plan right now. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting here. King's going to just miss out on using his special there, which is unfortunate for us. But yeah, with the 2 units there left, I don't think there's any real worry about me losing. Like I said, unless they decide to go ahead and use one of their bursts or something right here. That would obviously change the dynamic a little bit. And I don't think I'll be able to actually get my burst to go before their burst goes, just because you know, they'll probably kick off the burst right off rip onto the second match. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, we'll take the burst and we'll keep in chugging along and we'll see what happens. And boom, Luffy gets him out, takes him out, and we still get 2 bursts saved for that second match. So yeah, Slasher versus Slasher, we'll see what happens. We'll see if we take a burst right off rip. I fully expect to take one, though. Yep, he took it right off rip. Gonna take some damage. Okay, actually, that really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually thought it was going to be much, much worse, to be completely honest with you. So the fact that it wasn't that bad is great. You love to see that. We're going to have to take a second burst from him, unfortunately. It wasn't enough to charge our special, which is the unfortunate part there. And yeah, it's just a matter of just kind of waiting for our guys to go. So if we can get our guys to go first, I think we'd be in really good shape. It looks like our specials might or may not get off before theirs. It just kind of depends what happens here. So they're going to get a shield here thanks to that, thanks to the Shanks unit on their side. That was a mistake. I should have just waited till they come back, because now... oh, actually, good. It actually worked out there. So let's see how this burst goes. So So yeah, the fact that he gets like 2 bursts is just kind of ridiculous. Or 4 bursts, I should say. He gets the extra burst because of the rule set of the season. It buffs the quick characters there, so it probably won't be as bad in future seasons. But yeah, you can see, hopefully we'll be able to kill this Brook in just a second here. We'll give him some paralysis. And this hit should end it right here. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty close. You can see they end up using 3 out of their 4 bursts on us. So yeah, I mean, I could see that being a giant pain this season. Luckily, you only have to get 10 wins, so it's probably not that big of a deal. But yeah, that's will help us secure the win for match number 2. And we get to see what the new Luffy looked like, or the new versus Luffy unit that's there. So that was kind of cool. So let's go ahead and see what our final match of the day looks like. Alright, so for the third match, we have the new Yamato unit at the top there. Looks like a Zoro and a Smoothie recruit at the 2 bottom there. So obviously those would be the teams to take if you weren't, if you're trying to go for the final days, you didn't want to have to use any retries. But I actually want to see how this new Yamato unit goes. Now, obviously she's an INT unit. She can have that nasty ability to the kamikaze attacks that are there. So I think what I'm going to try to do, if I look at the team, it looks like there's a Dex team in the 3rd slot. Use my Strength team there. Middle team looks like a Free Spirit. So actually, I think I'll probably have my Slasher team go first. Leave my INT team against kind of the Free Spirit team in the middle there. And then have my Strength team to kind of take on the units at the last thing there. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it on. If we lose, we could always do one of the other rare recruits here. But it'd be kind of cool, I think, in my opinion, to do a showcase of kind of at least 2 of the 3 new legends and show what they do. Especially because the Momonosuke is not good in Burst or in GP. So you won't see him too often. So let's go ahead and take on the Kamikaze Queen herself. Like I said, we're going to end up using the Slasher team first, followed by the INT team to take on the Free Spirit team, and then our Strength team to go ahead and take on the Dex team at the end there. So ideally, I'm not going to use any bursts for this first match, just because I'm hoping that the computer will probably end up using a bunch. And now that I'm thinking of it, I probably should have replaced the Otama and units in the team that I had with maybe that new Brook. It would have been interesting to throw that Brook on there, see if maybe you could get it around the revives from the kamikaze attacks that can happen, right? So now that the more I'm thinking about it, that Brook kind of seems like a little bit of a counter. So that's the Straw Hat Memories book that I'm talking about there. So yeah, we'll have to see how if they'll use all 6 on Fight 2. Or if they'll kind of split it up and use a couple in one fight, a couple in the other. I'm not quite sure how that will work. So it'll be really interesting to see how the AI kind of treats that scenario. So you get some special CT there. Luckily, I think our guys will go first. I think 2 of our units are going to get their special rewound here. But luckily, that actually kind of works out a little bit well for us, just because we have the ability of the Roger and Whitebeard to go first, which will give the HP cut first for us. We're going to take a hit here, unfortunately. We can take 2 nasty hits here. So yeah, I mean, like the kamikaze attack and the 7,500 fixed damage is pretty crazy. She looks like I don't think she has used any specials yet, which is fine. It is what it is. So yeah, we'll just see. Like I said, the first match was really just a match that we were okay with just letting happen. Now, we might lose on the 3rd match if she just uses like all 6 right on that last match there. Like she could wipe out pretty much our whole Strength team. So like I said, I'm hoping that the AI ends up using a little bit of it before. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Actually, you know, I'm gonna see if I can force the AI to actually use some of their bursts by beating them here. I think if we can beat them here and force them to use some bursts on the 2nd round, it will just make the chances of us winning that battle on the 3rd round that much more. Unfortunately, it looks like all of them are ready to go again. It's a pain, unfortunately. And we'll see. Hopefully, we can hang on through a couple hits here. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to actually hold on here. We'll have to see. We can take a shot here. All right, so he used one of their bursts there. So, yeah, it was interesting to see how that played out. Like I said, that unit is pretty crazy in PvP, so I'm not really surprised that what happened. Now, I don't think they'll use any of their bursts on the second turn because they've already won the first match, but we'll go ahead and see. I'm just going to let this team go, see what happens, hope that they do use some of the GP bursts, hopefully like maybe at least like 3. But like I said, we'll see if they will just save it all for the last battle and how that goes. Now we'll have a burst, which will be good. So maybe that will help us out a little bit, but we'll have to take a gander and see when we get to that third fight. So we're waiting. Hopefully Atlas will go in just a second. She'll hopefully do just a ton of damage against everybody. That's good. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get rid of the Nami and Karina who do the special reverse there. But like I said, hopefully, if we can get Luffy to go or we can get Uda to go, hopefully we can take one of them out. Let's see, who did she take out? All right, so check out the Uta unit there, which isn't terrible because we have Smoker on the back line who can come and do some special bind shenanigans there. We can take a shot here, unfortunately. But luckily we were able to tank that without too much of a problem, though obviously it wasn't a good thing to do there. Nami and Karina just are holding on. They just refuse to die there. But hopefully when Smoker comes up or when Atlas comes up in just a second, hopefully we can take out the rest of these. So we'll see if the AI uses any more. I would actually feel better or like it better if the AI started actually using some more of the burst there. Just so I don't want them to use all 4 in that last battle there. That could actually be pretty annoying to deal with if that's the case. Bonnie's going to do some special rewinds here, which is good. Let's see who we're going to lose. Alright, so we lost Vegapunk. It is what it is, unfortunately. Really just waiting for Luffy to go at this point. Atlas just missed out, unfortunately. They got some special in CT increase there. Hopefully when Bonnie goes here, should we do some special reverse? Alright, we forced them out, which is awesome. They didn't have anybody to help them on the back row, so they still are going to pretty much take one of our strength units off rip and just kill them, unfortunately. So that's never good. But hey, that is what it is. Hopefully, I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter who they take. As long as it's not the Luffy. If the Luffy goes, that kind of puts us in a really bad spot. But as long as the unit they take out is not the Luffy, then I still feel pretty good. So let's see. Alright, so this is the Kaido unit. Like I said, not the best, but we can go ahead and... Let's see, she's going to use it again to take out one more unit. Alright, check out the Jack, so that's fine. We don't have the 50% HP cut, but the burst that we did ended up just doing a absolute ton of damage. They only can kill one of our units one more time, which is good. Like I said, as long as they don't kill that Luffy, or even right now, we have the Kuma who can do attack through defense. Law can do some nasty hits. King can do some nasty hits. So I'm actually feeling like relatively good of where we are right now, even though you know they certainly have the numbers lead. I think we still might be in an okay shape. Luffy's just gonna miss out, which is always a pain when he does that. Pell getting some shots in. Blackbeard's going to do a 35% HP cut, or 40%. The Big Mom hit is probably going to be the worst, to be honest with you. Because she does the Let's see, who does she hit? Oof. Yep, that was a not fun hit that we just took there. And she can still use one of her specials to take us on. So we're probably going to lose this one, just kind of based on what I'm seeing now, which is kind of unfortunate for us. Don't kill King, don't kill King, don't kill King. So let's see, we might be able to clutch it out with King here, depending on what he can do. Let's just skip ahead. We'll see what happens. Yep, we weren't able to win. So, yeah, I mean, that ability is pretty broken in terms of what that Yamato can do. So, once again, this is just the reason why we say set your captain to a rare recruit at the end of the day. Like I said, this Yamato won't get a bunch of the boosts that she's getting in the next GP. She'll still have, pretty amount of crazy stuff, but she won't be able to do it as many times as she did it here. So we're just going to go ahead and take on the last match. Just do the normal rare recruit team. Get through it pretty quickly without too much fuss and fodder there. So let's just see. Yeah, there's just a bunch of random teams there. So yeah, we'll take on this team and just show you how quick we can actually clear it. But yeah, that new Yamato is a beast. If you look at the video that I put out about what she can do both in the PvE side and the PvP side, like we knew she was going to be pretty broken for PvP. And you saw it right there. Not only can she do the kamikaze attack on her own as part of the INT team, but being able to literally wipe a whole squad by herself, only taking, I believe it's 15k damage, which is literally nothing. You could just easily take out whole squads there. So we're just going to wait till some of our specials go, and then we'll just skip the rest, just because, like I said, we don't have any fear of us actually losing this battle. The Kaido there did get the boost this season because he is quick, so there's a bunch of quick buffs this season, so that's why he was able to go so quick. S-Hawk's going to take out probably two or three units himself, which you'd love to see. Then we're going to get the haste, have some units from the backbench come in, and just wipe them out without any problem at all. So yeah, this is like the difference between doing kind of random teams or teams that don't have non-burst captains versus those that do. So it's just much easier to deal with, obviously, teams that don't have non-burst captains. And what I'd recommend if you're going for the 10 wins is that after today, just focus on getting rare recruit matches so that you don't have to worry about even dealing with these bursts. They're really annoying. It's not fun to deal with. But you can get around that with making sure you do an RR captain, and at the end of the day, make sure you set your captain to a rare recruit that isn't a burst rare recruit, just to make it a little bit easier. For this season, because it's only 10 wins, you don't have to get to 15, doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to worry about the teams being hidden from you, things like that. So just whatever slot you want to throw a rare recruit in on any of your 3 teams, just pick one from any of the 3 teams there. All right. Really easy. Got through that with pretty much no problem. We'll just wait for our burst gauge to charge. It's already halfway full. Once it's done charging, we'll be able to just pretty much wipe out everyone there. Taking a monster 500 damage there. Should take just one special for us to hopefully get ours fully charged, and then we'll do our burst. Oh, still not enough damage for us to get our special there. Atlas hitting for 8k a pop on some units, which is just insane. Once Luffy goes, hopefully we can wipe out pretty much this whole front line. Uda's saying, nope, I'm going to handle it myself. So yeah, like this is just kind of crazy how easy it is to get through these guys with a non-burst captain. And Luffy just seals the deal there. So Yeah, we ended up getting 6 out of 6, so obviously we fought 3 really crazy captains. Unfortunately, we weren't able to beat that Yamato. It'll be interesting to see in the future how we kind of get around that. Like I said, there's a lot of buffs for the cerebral teams this season, so maybe if they didn't have all those buffs, we could have been able to defeat them with the slasher team. Maybe we could have used our special sooner, or our burst sooner. But it is what it is. We like to try out and experiment some stuff. So hopefully you learned some stuff from the video today. And let me know in the comment section below how your day number 2 is going. Hopefully you got 6 wins so far. Hopefully you can come up to pretty much the precipice of winning and getting all the rewards tomorrow with 9 wins. But let me know how your GP is going so far. If you pulled the Yamato or the Luffy and Kaido versus unit, let me know how they're doing in PvP for you. I did pull the Yamato unit, if you look at the video I did for the part 1 pull, so I'll probably do some experimenting in her with PvP, see what we can do there, get a video out there. But until next time, be kind to each other, and if you're pulling on the Sugo, good luck.